Channel3000.com Alert Center. This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning. It is February 16th. I'm Keely Arthur. We'll get a check on weather with Gary in just a second. But first, we are checking some news out of Janesville.
We are announcing the arrest of Marcus T. Randall L., age 33, from Homewood, Illinois.
Janesville police have arrested a man in connection with the double homicide in Janesville earlier this week. Former UW-Madison football player Marcus Randall L. turned himself into police in Chicago around 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Janesville police say Randall L. will be charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide once he is returned to Wisconsin. Last Monday, 27-year-old Brittany McAdory and 30-year-old Sierra Winchester were found bleeding and unresponsive near the intersection of Midvale and Deerfield Drives. Both women were taken to a local hospital where they later died from their gunshot wounds. And the Wisconsin State Assembly is expected to meet for the last time this year, because it's an election year. And this morning, we're getting a look at state Republicans' plan for the projected state surplus. They want to put $250 million toward income tax cuts. In addition to that, they want to put $45 million of the projected surplus toward a property tax exemption for manufacturers and $100 million toward paying off debt. The average filer would get about $150 in reduction. Last week, Governor Tony Evers said he wanted to put $250 million toward education, $130 of which would go to property tax relief from equalization aid. And the Badgers got the lift they needed this weekend ahead of their return to the Kohl Center this week. For the first time in a month, Wisconsin nabbed back-to-back wins, defeating the Nebraska Cornhuskers 81-64 in Lincoln Saturday. Brad Davison and Micah Potter proved to be clutch for the team in the first half, and in the second half, it was Demetric Trice and Nate Reavers who turned to the lead. Next up, the Badgers will face the Boilermakers here in Wisconsin. Tip-off is Tuesday at 6. And switching now to Gary Canalti. And Gary, you said it's a little foggy out there right now.
Yeah, it depends on where you are. Some areas are seeing it, some aren't. This is the live view from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam at Platteville. And while it looks clear, notice the fog on the horizon there. So the fog can get thick pretty quickly. In fact, as we take a look at visibilities, the airport in Platteville only reporting a quarter-mile visibility in some of the dense fog there. Here in Madison, the airport visibility has dropped to 4 miles. And a few places like Juneau have visibilities down to 0, while other places see no fog at all. And with temperatures in the teens, that could lead to some slippery road surfaces. We have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow and tomorrow night for snow north of the Dells with about 1 to 5 inches of accumulation there, and a mix of snow, rain, freezing rain across the rest of the area. And then alert days are in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday for very cold temperatures that'll drop below 0 in the morning and stay only in the teens to around 20 during the day. For today, look for variably cloudy skies, temperatures climbing to around 31 by late afternoon, little fog in the morning and maybe a couple of flurries west of Madison in the afternoon. Now, as we take a look at first warn traffic right now, things pretty quiet on the Beltline. That's the view at Rimrock Road. Traffic moving pretty steadily in both directions. No problems as far as the Beltline or the interstate's main highways in and around Dane County. As far as travel times are concerned, about a 15-minute trip either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading into Madison right now, about a 26-minute commute from the Janesville northward to the Beltline. 15 minutes in from Middleton to Middleton from Sauk City on US 12, and 13 minutes from Sun Prairie to downtown Madison on East Washington Avenue. That is your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Thank you, Gary. Americans are in more debt than ever before. When it comes to spending, U.S. households are putting more on credit. The Federal Reserve says outstanding credit card debt grew by $57 billion last year. It says the total household debt also rose by $193 billion at the end of last year, setting a new record of $14 trillion for Americans. That's more debt than 2008, when the U.S. was on the verge of the recession. Right now, experts say less than 1% of rental properties are available in Rock County. That's tough for renters, but it also is taking a toll on survivors of domestic violence. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter explains the connection.
Well, inconspicuous enough, this 11-unit apartment complex has meant everything to the YWCA, who works with victims that often come with nothing
A person that's leaving a domestic violence situation is leaving behind their home, their belongings, most likely important documents like birth certificates.
The YWCA uses this transitional living space to help victims and their families get back on their feet after they've escaped situations of domestic violence. But right now, they're running out of places to go long term.
We are serving less people in shelter because people are staying in shelter longer because of the lack of housing.
That lack of rental properties has been an issue in Janesville for years, but is now as bad as it's ever been.
Anyone who's got to find a place to live quickly, it probably isn't going to happen here. You have to be at the right place at the right time.
Housing Services Director Kelly Madison says part of the issue is landlords who are required by law not to discriminate against victims of domestic violence. But the YWCA says they've seen it happen time and time again.
Landlord could say, I don't want an unsafe situation on my property. I don't want the police to be coming to my property. It's going to make the neighborhood look bad.
Which means when someone leaves transitional housing like this, the YWCA says there's a 70% chance they won't find long-term housing, leaving victims staying with friends and family, or worse, homeless. The good news is several rental projects are planned, which could help the situation if the city signs off. For now, those at the YWCA say even basic empathy could be a start to addressing the issue.
I think if a landlord was able to take a step back and look at somebody else's situation, like a domestic violence situation, not as a landlord perspective, but as maybe a victim perspective, that they would maybe give someone a second chance.
Officials say while victims of domestic violence used to spend an average of 45 to 60 days in transitional housing, that number has now increased to as many as 90 days. Officials say they are hopeful that plans for additional affordable housing will happen soon. More local news now. Cookie lovers will want to tuck a few extra bucks in their pockets when they head to a local grocery store today. It is officially Girl Scout cookie season. The sales feature caramel delights, peanut butter patties, Thin Mints, and more. The boxes are $4 a piece. 75% of that money stays local, and 25% goes back to the bakery that made the cookies. The sale runs through March 22nd. And if your go-to cookie includes chocolate, here's some good news for you. A new study shows cocoa could have benefits for millions of people suffering a debilitating disease. Patients with peripheral artery disease often have debilitating pain, tightness, and cramping in their legs and muscles. PAD is a narrowing of the arteries, which reduces blood flow from the heart to the legs. A study at Northwestern University looked at whether that could help. Some drank a chocolate beverage rich in flavonols, which scientists believe have heart health benefits. Others drank a placebo. Patients who drank the chocolate one were able to walk much further on a 6-minute walking test.
Those who drank the cocoa beverage had greater improvement in their skeletal muscle health. They also had greater improvement in the blood flow to their legs at 6-month follow-up.
But here's the catch. Researchers say the cocoa drink used in the study was more like a dark chocolate, which contains more beneficial nutrients than other types of chocolate. Time right now, 7:08. Here is a live look outside. Gary Canalti is tracking a storm, and tomorrow, some very cold weather for mid-week. Stay with us.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Month after month, I'm doing it all. The supplements, the veggies, the water, but I still have recurring constipation, belly pain, straining, and bloating. My doctor said I could have a real medical condition called IBS-C.
From my recurring constipation and belly pain from IBS-C, I said yes to Linzess.
Linzess treats adults with IBS with constipation. Linzess is not a laxative. It works differently. It helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
I'm doing it all. And I said yes to Linzess. Ask your doctor about Linzess.
Wait, once you take that bite, you can't go back to breakfast like this.
Little squirt of mayo.
I'm good.
It's time to change your life. For breakfast, freshly prepared Chicken McGriddles and McChicken biscuits are now at McDonald's. Wake up breakfast.
Right now, get a savory sweet Chicken McGriddles or a buttery McChicken biscuit for $1.69. And add any size Coke for just $1.
Big insurance companies often use their size to take advantage of injured people making a claim. At Habish, Rotier, we don't think this is fair. So we've built our personal injury law practice to do everything possible to level the playing field. Because it shouldn't be about who's the biggest. It should be about what's right. Habish, Rotier. We fight for what's right.
It's time to get a whole new perspective on Ram trucks. Because to us, there are no small jobs, no little tasks. And when it comes to innovation, there are no modest ideas. No wonder why more people are switching to Ram than ever before. See for yourself now during Ram President's Day event.
Competitive pickup owners get an average $14,453 in total values on the 2020 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Or well-qualified returning FCA lessees can lease the 2020 Ram 1500 for $289 a month.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Well, it's quiet and cold out in the backyard patio. Nice blanket of snow on the ground, but we're getting some sunshine here. There also are some clouds. There also are some areas of fog. As we start out by taking a look at pinpoint visibilities, you can see that here in Madison, visibility has dropped at the airport down to a half mile, and parts of northern Illinois seeing visibilities less than a mile, whereas on the west side here, not seeing any fog at all. So it just depends on where you are. Temperatures are also in the teens to the lower 20s. That means if you are getting some fog, you're probably going to see some slippery road surfaces, at least for a little while. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Of course, patchy fog this morning, but that should be lifting by mid-morning. There might be a couple of flurries west of Madison in the afternoon. Tomorrow, snow will develop by late morning north of Madison and could bring several inches of accumulation there. We'll see snow changing to a mix or even rain during the afternoon tomorrow, and then back to snow tomorrow night with maybe a little freezing rain mixed in before it ends, and then very cold weather is on the way for Wednesday and Thursday, followed by a quick warm-up for next weekend. As we check out the snow potential from the computer models, they're showing about 4 to maybe 5 inches of snow north of the Dells, but generally about an inch south of there, mainly because we're going to see the mix of rain or even all rain during tomorrow afternoon before that changes over to snow tomorrow night and ends as a little bit of light freezing rain as well. You can see the ice accumulations there, not very high, but any type of freezing rain could lead to slippery road surfaces. Otherwise, you can see our temperatures nosedive for the middle part of the week with highs only in the teens on Wednesday and only around 20 on Thursday. And then by next weekend, temperatures will be up into the middle 40s. So for this morning, look for variably cloudy skies. The fog lift by mid-morning. Temperatures climbing to around 27 by lunchtime. This afternoon, the high at 31 degrees. And there could be a few flurries, mainly west of Madison. On future track, things pretty quiet today. Again, a couple of flurries west of Madison in the afternoon. It'll stay quiet through tonight. But tomorrow, watch how precipitation develops. By around noontime, you can see snow north of Madison, mainly a mix or rain from Madison southward, and then that changes back to snow or a little bit of light freezing rain before ending pretty quickly later tomorrow night. And then we have the cold weather on the way for Wednesday and Thursday. Snowfall across our viewing area, again, up to the north of the Dells. That's where several inches may occur, much less elsewhere, and then a little bit of light freezing rain also a possibility. Otherwise, the 7 to 10 day forecast calls for temperatures to be back into the 40s by next weekend. So very mild weather right after another short-lived cold snap, which is the way I like it this time of year. If it's going to get cold, only have it last for a couple of days.
I completely agree with that, Gary. Thank you so much. Get back inside here.
Okay.
Well, we've been asking you to share your morning with us and check out this gorgeous photo sent in by Diana. Thank you so much for sharing. What does your morning look like? You can take a picture and post it on the Channel 3000 Facebook page or on Twitter using the hashtag MyNews3Morning, and we will share our favorites right here on the show. UW-Madison students are drying out their clothes this morning after taking part in what's become an annual winter tradition here in Madison. The 11th annual Battle for Bascom pits students from the Lakeshore dorms against students from the Southeast dorms. But everyone was welcome to participate in the snowball fight, even those who were just walking past the hill.
I didn't think I'd be into it at first, to be honest. I just went up there to see what's happening, but then once you get in it, it's like you might as well just throw some snowballs in.
The fight only had one rule: no throwing ice. Every Sunday morning, we like to share some of our favorite stories of the week, and today we are showcasing two small-town Wisconsin communities that are entering an HGTV hometown takeover competition. Teams from Columbus and Montello submitted videos pitching why their town should be chosen to get a makeover on national television. We spoke to some of the team members from both cities about why they want this for their communities.
Good families, good people. I know everybody deserves it, but I'm right in the middle of something really cool here.
Interested in retaining business. We're interested in growing and getting new business. We're excited, and we really want to see Columbus prosper.
Right now, HGTV is reviewing all video submissions from applicants around the country. They will choose their winner and then start filming next year. Good luck to both of those communities. Well, it's National Margarita next Saturday, but we are getting the party started pretty early here today. We've brought bartender Sergio in studio this morning to share his tips and tricks. That's next on News 3 Now this morning, Sunday. Stay with us.
Ashley Home Store's 72-hour President's Day Mattress Marathon is Saturday through Monday with a preview day Friday. We've worked with top manufacturers to bring you our best deals of the year, including unbeatable mattress doorbusters you have to see to believe, like this deluxe cooling gel memory foam mattress for $449. Save up to $800 instantly on luxury sleep systems like Tempur-Pedic, plus 6 years interest-free. The biggest mattress sale of the year must end Monday, only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
It's time to get a whole new perspective on Ram trucks, because to us, there are no small jobs, no little tasks, and when it comes to innovation, there are no modest ideas. You'll wonder why more people are switching to Ram than ever before. See for yourself now during Ram President's Day event.
Competitive pickup owners get an average $14,453 in total values on the 2020 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab, or well-qualified returning FCA lessees can lease the 2020 Ram 1500 for $289 a month.
I wanted my hepatitis C gone.
I put off treating mine.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, Epclusa could be your kind of cure.
I just found out about mine.
I knew for years. Epclusa has a 98% overall cure rate.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa is only one pill, once a day, taken with or without food for 12 weeks. Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or kidney problems, HIV or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor today if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
Okay, in my Johnsonville commercial, they opened on a game show set in the 70s. Today we got Johnsonville smoked sausage made with 100% premium pork. Some brands mix meats and add fillers, but not Johnsonville. Contestant number 1 bids the closest, so he wins a boat. And he says, I don't want that boat, I want the sausage. What if I told you that boat is filled with Johnsonville smoked sausage? And that's a smoked sausage commercial made the Johnsonville way.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, it's just about 7:20 in the morning. Skies are sunny, at least from the tower cam here on the west side of Madison at the WISC TV studios, but there is some fog out there. In fact, as we take a look at pinpoint visibilities right now, Madison Airport visibilities dropped to 3 miles, but Juneau right now reporting 0 in visibility and fog, as is Platteville. Other places have very little, if any, fog. Temperatures right now are in the teens. They should rise pretty quickly over the next few hours. In fact, by lunchtime, they should be in the middle 20s, and we'll look for high temperatures to be around 30 degrees today, with just a slight chance of flurries west of Madison in the afternoon. But some snow and rain is on the way. I'll tell you more about that a little bit later in the newscast. That is your News 3 Now First Warn forecast.
Thank you, Gary. January has come and gone, but for many Americans, fitness goals are in full swing. And this year, a different approach is working out. And working out is taking hold. It's all you have to do is get rid of the scale and trust your intuition. It's called intuitive exercise, listening to signals from your body to decide when, where, and how to work out. Experts say by ditching calorie counts and short-term weight loss goals, people instead can focus on how they feel, which leads to long-term fitness, and that's just more sustainable.
More strength, more flexibility, better cardiovascular function, more energy, better sleep, but you're doing so without it being a stress on your body.
Registered dietitian Alyssa Rumsey says who you follow on social media is important too. She says while fitness influencers can motivate people to get in shape, they can also have a negative impact for some. If that's the case, she recommends her clients to just unfollow them. Well, from exercise to entertainment, in 2019, the margarita topped the list as the most popular cocktail in the U.S., according to data from Nielsen. So what better way to celebrate in 2020 than by mixing up a margarita of our own? Bartenders from Gloria's Mexican restaurant are here. We have Sergio and Yuri this morning, and we know that National Margarita Day is next Saturday, but hey, we wanted to have an excuse to have a margarita on a Sunday. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you.
We love margaritas, but what's kind of the best way to assemble one to make the perfect drink?
Yeah, so at Gloria's, we really use Patron a lot. So we use Patron. We use about 2 ounces of Patron, and then we use the agave nectar that we use at Gloria's. It's organic nectar. And then we've got the Patron Citron, which is an orange citron, and do about 0.75 of that. We kind of blend a lot of stuff at margaritas. We do our traditional margaritas. We do our very popular margaritas, which are jalapeno margaritas, hibiscus, and berry margarita. So we're kind of show you here. I've poured everything in this cup already.
And that's the Patron, the agave, and then this orange liqueur.
And then, yep,
okay.
Orange liqueur. Kind of shake her up. It's all in the shake.
It is. How long should you shake for?
Usually about, 15 to 30 seconds, I would say.
Okay, great.
It really depends on the size of the margarita.
It can be a little shorter in TV time.
Absolutely.
That's fine.
Yep. And then we've got our hibiscus tea that we make at Gloria's. And just pour a little bit of that on top. We've got our leaves right here, hibiscus leaves. Just kind of top it off like that, and then that margarita's ready.
It looks beautiful.
So that's kind of our favorite margarita at Gloria's that we put together for our customers.
And it creates this gorgeous pink color, which I love. And you said it's just hibiscus tea, so creating the margarita and then pouring some tea over it?
Yeah, hibiscus tea, and like I said, that's one of our favorites. And then right here we've showcasing one of our jalapeno margaritas. That's one of our favorites. And summer is coming right around the corner, so a lot of people enjoy a refreshing margarita like that.
And I mean, people, I think, get a little sometimes worried about the spice from jalapeno, but those flavors seem to work really well together.
They do, and it depends on the jalapeno too. It could get a little spicy, but we take a lot of the seeds out of there most of the time. But if a customer asks for a spice margarita, then they get the full seeds on there as well.
And I know some people like it on the rocks, some people like it blended. What's the best kind of way to have it?
I think for ourselves is on the rocks. We recommend on the rocks just because of the Patron. You know, you got a high-end tequila. You don't really want to blend it. It gets a little too watery.
Okay.
So that's why we recommend it on the rocks to have a better flavoring of all.
That's great advice. And people at Gloria's, I'm sure when they stop in, they probably order margaritas all the time. Is that your number one cocktail there?
Oh yeah, probably. That would be our top seller, would be the margaritas.
Well, I can see why. This looks amazing. Thank you so much. We appreciate you waking up and hanging out with us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Well, there is still a half-hour news ahead on News 3 Now this morning, Sunday. Next, we're running through the morning's top stories, including why the Greek Freak and the former president are spending time together this weekend. We'll take you to south of Madison right after this.
Coming to the Palace Theater in the Dells for their Original Artist Series, Friday, May 8th, an evening with country legends Crystal Gayle and Lee Greenwood. With 35 top country hits, Crystal Gayle is on the road promoting her first new album in 16 years. You'll also see Grammy Award winner and 7-time country music chart topper Lee Greenwood. Get your dinner show tickets today at DellsPalace.com.
My body is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my blood sugar and A1C.
Because I can still make my own insulin. And Trulicity activates my body to release it, like it's supposed to. Trulicity is for people with type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin. I take it once a week. It starts acting in my body from the first dose.
Trulicity isn't for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it, you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, belly pain, and decreased appetite, which lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
It seems like with life, there's never a dull moment, but there's rarely a down moment either. And when it comes to sleep, we don't always get the best rest. We're lucky to find time to shop for groceries, let alone the perfect mattress. Fortunately, there's the Aspen Collection. Find the cozy comfort, quality, and affordability of Denver mattress all packed in a convenient box. It's the comfort and support for the busiest of lives. Available in-store or online. And sleep well, knowing that for every mattress purchased, we'll plant a tree. Exclusively at Denver Mattress.
This President's Day, I do solemnly swear to faithfully overcome all weather, seek new heights, and exercise my right to go anywhere and do anything in the longest-lasting and best-selling 4x4 SUV brand. Take the oath of adventure at the Jeep President's Day event. Right now, well-qualified returning lessees can lease the 2020 Jeep Renegade Latitude 4x4 for $189 a month.
This election season, politicians are targeting Wisconsin, making promises and claims to capture your vote. But you deserve the truth. Only Reality Check gives you the tools you need to make informed choices. I'm News 3 Now political reporter Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning. It is February 16th. I'm Keely Arthur. We're going to get a check on weather with Gary in just a second. But first, we have a break in the Janesville homicides.
We are announcing the arrest of Marcus T. Randall L., age 33, from Homewood, Illinois.
Janesville police have arrested a man in connection with the double homicide in Janesville earlier this week. Former UW-Madison football player Marcus Randall L. turned himself in to police in Chicago around 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Janesville police say Randall L. will be charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide once he is returned to Wisconsin. Last Monday, 27-year-old Brittany McAdory and 30-year-old Sierra Winchester were found bleeding and unresponsive. That's near the intersection of Midvale and Deerfield drives. Both women were taken to a local hospital where they later died from those gunshot wounds. The Wisconsin State Assembly is expected to meet for the last time for the year this week. And this morning, we're getting a look at state Republicans' plans for the projected state surplus. They want to put $250 million toward income tax cuts. In addition to those, they want to put $45 million of the projected surplus toward a property tax exemption for manufacturers and $100 million toward paying off debt. The average filer would get about $150 in reductions. Last week, Governor Tony Evers said he wanted to put $250 million toward education, $130 million of which would go to property tax relief from equalization aid. And the Badgers got the lift they needed this weekend ahead of their return to the Kohl Center this week. For the first time in a month, Wisconsin nabbed back-to-back wins, defeating the Nebraska Cornhuskers 81-64 in Lincoln Saturday. Brad Davison and Micah Potter proved to be clutch for the team in the first half. And then in the second half, it was Demetric Trice and Nate Reavers' turn to lead. Next up, the Badgers will face the Boilermakers here in Madison. Tip-off is set for Tuesday at 6. And switching over to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary, you are tracking all kinds of weather and some fog this morning.
Yeah, this morning we're dealing with some fog in some areas. This is the live view from the Edgewater Skycam. Not seeing any fog in downtown Madison, but if you take a look at pinpoint visibilities across southern Wisconsin, you can see that Juneau right now reporting a 0 visibility, as is Platteville. So some areas have very thick fog. Other areas don't have any fog at all. It just depends on where you are. But if you do have fog with temperatures below the freezing mark, generally in the teens to lower 20s, that means some of that moisture could freeze on road surfaces and cause them to become a little slippery. Temperatures will climb into the upper 20s with the fog lifting by mid-morning, by lunchtime, and then look for variably cloudy skies this afternoon, maybe a few flurries west of Madison. High temperature topping out at 31 degrees. As we take a look at First Warn traffic right now, here's the view of the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Traffic very, very light, as you would expect on a Sunday morning. Not seeing any problems with fog, at least on the Beltline. Traffic moving pretty much at the posted speed limits through the Beltline along the interstate in Madison, as well as the interstates and main highways south and east of Madison into southeastern Wisconsin and north and west of Madison. I-90, 94 through the Dells and I-39 up into central Wisconsin. All traffic moving at the posted speed limits. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, thank you so much, Gary. We continue in Chicago, where police say at least 8 children are waking up in the hospital this Sunday morning after 5 separate shootings on Chicago's west and south sides. All happened since Friday. Police say 3 cases appear to be accidental and not targeted, but this violence comes as the city is flooded with celebrities and professional NBA players for the NBA All-Star Weekend. Chicago pastor Corey Brooks said those visitors should not turn a blind eye to this violence.
The NBA All-Stars who are not playing, we ask them to come to our neighborhood. Let our kids talk to you. Let them touch you. Let them get to know you.
One of the girls shot was part of Brooks' youth program at his church. The pastor says he visited with all of the families and the kids in the hospital. Before the best in the NBA tip-off tonight in Chicago, several players, including the Greek freak himself, hosted a panel with former President Barack Obama Saturday night. Giannis, Kevin Love of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Chris Paul of the Oklahoma City Thunder participated in Obama's discussion, where the former president talked about his current efforts to promote educational investment, mental health awareness, and climate activism.
To really bring about positive change, you need leadership everywhere. You need leadership at the grassroots. You need leadership in the business community. You need everybody, all hands on deck, because usually change is just not a matter of passing laws. It's also a matter of changing culture and policy. So let's just take the example of mental.
The former president also talked about his relationship and friendship with the late Kobe Bryant, saying the two had been talking about how they could work together to mentor and lift up young men of color. Tip-off for tonight's All-Star game is at 7 o'clock. For Black History Month, CBS News is celebrating trailblazers who became leaders in their field and helped change the course of history. This morning, we hear from two civil rights attorneys. Fred Gray was the lawyer for Rosa Parks and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. during the Montgomery bus boycott in 1955, and Benjamin Crump, a renowned attorney known for representing the families of the slain teenagers Trayvon Martin in Florida and Michael Brown in Missouri.
I didn't have the privilege of going to any integrated anything.
Yes, sir.
And my whole idea was to destroy segregation. I started going to the NAACP meetings, and I met Rosa Parks. We would sit and share our lunches and talk about the problems. So on December 1st, it was like any other day that we had talked. We had our lunch, came back late in the evening, and I had phone calls from a whole lot of people. And I found out that Ms. Parks had been arrested. I went over. She told me she wanted me to represent her, and I told her I would. But I also told her, I said, well, Ms. Parks, you know, we've been dealing with this problem on the buses for a long time now. But you know, there has been talk in the community about people staying off of the buses as a protest. And if we're going to do that, now is the time. To make a long story short, went across town to Joanne Robinson's house, and we sat in her living room on the evening of December 1st and the morning of December 2nd and made the plans for the Montgomery bus boycott. But then we said that we need to have the preachers involved in it.
Amen.
A majority of the Negro citizens of Montgomery, Alabama, have refrained from riding city buses since December 5th.
That's how Dr. King was introduced. And then officially, Dr. King was made and appointed the spokesman for the group, and the rest of it is history.
Outrage over the fatal shooting of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin.
Protesters are demanding the arrest of that neighborhood watch captain.
I think a lot went into the background of people knowing about Trayvon Martin and this kid who was walking home minding his business when this neighborhood watch volunteer with a 9mm gun profile pursued and shot him in the heart. 2 days later, his father called. I cannot articulate the sound that was coming from his voice, this sound of heartbrokenness. He said, my son, Trayvon Martin, was walking home from the 7-Eleven, and the neighborhood watch volunteer shot and killed him. There are two battles. It's the battle in the court of law and the battle in the court of public opinion.
No justice, no peace.
And I understood that the only way we were going to win this battle in the court of public opinion was going to be with the young people and the young energy and those young people who will become Black Lives Matter. It was the young people on social media who got Trayvon Martin to mainstream media. And it was a lesson now that has been duplicated dozens and dozens of times since then.
Frequently, people will say, well, Fred Gray, they say you did so much in the civil rights movement. I never did see you out there marching. I said, that's correct. I only marched for ceremonial reasons. My role was not to march. My role was to get the law and have the law protect the individuals so they could march. The Civil Rights March consisted of people doing a lot of things. Some made speeches, some marched, some did legal work, but it took all of it. But it was because we worked together and was able to do it. But the struggle continues.
I always marveled at what Dr. King said when he said we all have a role to play in the struggle.
Time right now, 7:38. Chick-fil-A and Popeyes are known for theirs, and now a new chain is entering the chicken sandwich wars. The folks from Famous Dave's join us this morning with their new creation that they say beats all the rest of them. We'll be right back.
The fantastic 4-day sale at Denver Mattress is on now. Save big on the budget-friendly Summit, Buena Vista Firm, or Arapahoe. Plus 7 years, no interest financing. But don't wait. The fantastic 4-day sale at Denver Mattress ends Monday.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can plunge you into deep, depressive lows. Take you to uncontrollable highs. Or make you feel both at once. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1 symptoms? Ask about Vraylar. Some medications only treat the lows or the highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1. Full spectrum relief of all symptoms with just 1 pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction. Or uncontrollable muscle movements may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Movement dysfunction, restlessness, sleepiness, stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
Switch to US Cellular now and get 50% off select smartphones, like the Samsung Galaxy S10e or the Google Pixel 4. Decisions. Amazing phone or amazing phone. Or one of these amazing phones. 50% off. An offer this good is a no-brainer, but choosing, ooh, so hard. Sorry about offering you so many amazing phones at 50% off. Our bad, but good for you. Now that's fair. US Cellular. Choose fair.
He's been a leader throughout the country for the past 12 years. Mr. Michael Bloomberg is here.
Leadership in action. Mayor Bloomberg and President Obama worked together in the fight for gun safety laws, to improve education, and to develop innovative ways to help teens gain the skills needed to find good jobs.
At a time when Washington is divided in old ideological battles, he shows us what can be achieved when we bring people together to seek pragmatic solutions.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Our retirement plan with Voya gives us confidence.
They help us with achievable steps along the way, so we can spend a bit today knowing we're prepared for tomorrow.
Wow, Dad. Do you think you overdid it, maybe?
I don't think so. What do you think, Peanut?
Nope.
Honey, you think we overdid it?
Overdid what?
See? We don't think so, son.
Technically, grandparents can't overdo it. It's impossible. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Voya. Be confident to and through retirement.
The fantastic 4-day sale at Denver Mattress is on now. Save big on the budget-friendly Summit, Buena Vista Firm, or Arapahoe. Plus 7 years, no interest financing. But don't wait. The fantastic 4-day sale at Denver Mattress ends Monday.
Welcome back. Another restaurant has entered the chicken sandwich wars. Famous Dave's is tossing its hat in the ring, debuting a new item this month inspired by the founder's mother. I have here with me Terry and Lucy. You are part of the location over on Park Street in Madison, and these look amazing. So you have these new chicken sandwiches. I know this is something that every restaurant seems to be rolling out. What makes yours so special?
Well, it's inspired by our founder, Dave Anderson. And it's Iris's Comeback Chicken, and it's not that it's come back, it's Dave's finally released it, and this is his mom's recipe, and so there's a special sauce that we top it with, and it's pretty darn good chicken.
I know, it looks beautiful, so I'm sure, so it's just the bun, the chicken, and the sauce. Is there anything else that goes to it, or does it just need to be that simple?
And there's Hellfire pickles that are on it.
Okay, great. Why do you think this makes yours superior to the other chicken sandwiches out there right now?
Well, we're making ours from scratch, and the breading that goes on it, it's a very robust breading that Dave Anderson, our founder, had a hand in the recipe for.
And I know you said that Famous Dave's is all about family, which is a little bit different than the fast food chains that are rolling out these sandwiches. I know you two are married. What makes this kind of more of a good family meal to have?
Absolutely. You know, all our food is just it's so labor intensive because, you know, it takes 3.5 hours to smoke ribs. We do pork overnight, and between the two of us, you know, there's about 20 years of knowledge in Famous Dave's.
That's amazing. And how long does it take to make one of these, or is it kind of the secret in the rub? What makes it so unique?
Well, the chicken is hand-breaded, deep fried, and then the comeback sauce, it's mayonnaise-based. It's got ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, lemon juice, some other special ingredients. Doesn't take long, though, about 5 minutes for that sandwich.
Delicious. I know, yeah, once it's in the fryer, it's probably cooks up pretty fast. Yep. And I know that you have been at this location for a really long time. What would you say to viewers? Why should they come and try out Famous Dave's over on Park?
Just come on in. You'll be surprised, you know, your taste buds will, you know, your tongue will jump out and slap you silly.
Yes, and I know that you're known for like barbecue. Do you have any, there's so many people in Madison with so many diverse palates. What kind of other options do you have beyond maybe the traditional ribs and your chicken sandwich?
Well, one of the things we just started is we have a Beyond Burger now. So it's for going towards the vegan. And obviously we have salads that are also.
Yes, so something for everybody, and it smells so amazing. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you waking up and cooking all this amazing food.
It's our pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Well, still ahead, you are about to take a live look over the Capitol, and Gary is back with a look at your forecast for the work week next on News 3 Now this morning. But first, let's take a look at who is turning 3 today. Happy birthday to Grace and Nora. We'll be right back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's 72-hour President's Day sale is Saturday through Monday with a preview day Friday. Save thousands instantly on price drops from top appliance manufacturers. Plus, score more savings with rebates store-wide. Get special interest-free financing on all appliances and a free 10-year limited warranty with any appliance purchase. Plus, dozens of doorbusters while they last. The clock is winding down on this 72-hour sale this weekend only at Furniture and Appliance Mart, located inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Our retirement plan with Voya gives us confidence.
We can spend a bit now, knowing we're prepared for the future.
Surprise!
We renovated the guest room so you can live with us.
I'm good at my condo.
Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Voya, be confident to and through retirement.
I love to equal the playing field. I love to help people and allow them to feel like they are powerful instead of powerless. We're with our clients every step of the way.
Gingras, Thompson, and Walks.
I'm Alfonso, and there's more to me than HIV. There's my career, my cause, my choir. I'm a work in progress. So much goes into who I am. HIV medicine is one part of it.
Prescription Dovato is for adults who are starting HIV-1 treatment and who aren't resistant to either of the medicines dolutegravir or lamivudine. Dovato has 2 medicines in 1 pill to help you reach and then stay undetectable, so your HIV can be controlled with fewer medicines while taking Dovato. You can take Dovato any time of day, with food or without. Don't take Dovato if you're allergic to any of its ingredients or if you take dofetilide. If you have hepatitis B, it can change during treatment with Dovato and become harder to treat. Your hepatitis B may get worse or become life-threatening if you stop taking Dovato. So do not stop Dovato without talking to your doctor. Serious side effects can occur, including allergic reactions, liver problems, and liver failure. Life-threatening side effects include lactic acid buildup and severe liver problems. If you have a rash and other symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Dovato and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems, including hepatitis B or C. One of the ingredients in Dovato may harm your unborn baby. Your doctor may prescribe a different medicine than Dovato. Your doctor should do a pregnancy test before starting Dovato. Use effective birth control while taking Dovato. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, nausea, trouble sleeping, and tiredness.
So much goes into who I am and hope to be. Ask your doctor if starting HIV treatment with Dovato is right for you.
Have a great night and do something good. I started saying it because I was just so tired of all the bad news in the world. People are out there doing great things. I've experienced it, and believe me, it can change your day. Tell us about the good you see. Go to Channel 3000 or post it using the hashtag #DoSomethingGood.
I'll share your stories on News 3 Now.
Our community is full of wonderful, giving people. Let's celebrate them together. Let's do something good.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's a pretty quiet morning across southern Wisconsin. There are some areas of fog, though. So 3 things you need to know. Patchy fog will linger through mid-morning. Some areas seeing visibilities around 0, but they're the exception. A lot of other places not seeing any fog at all. Then tomorrow, we'll watch a weather system bringing us some snow by late morning. Now, areas north of Wisconsin Dells will see mainly snow with several inches of accumulation. South of the Dells, including Madison, will probably start out as snow, mix with rain, maybe even change to rain for a time in the afternoon. And then tomorrow night, change back to snow when there could be a little light freezing rain mixed in, so that could lead to slippery road conditions. And then look for very cold conditions for Wednesday and Thursday with well below normal temperatures. Here's the situation with the fog right now. Madison reporting a 3-mile visibility. Dubuque, Iowa was down to a 1/4 mile last hour. They're up to 2-mile visibility here, but Rockford, Illinois, down to a 1/2 mile. Peru, Illinois at 0. So if you're traveling along I-39 southward into northern Illinois, you can be running into some dense fog, at least over the next couple of hours. Temperatures are still pretty cold, in the teens to the lower 20s, below freezing. So that means if you do run into fog, there could be some slippery road surfaces as a result. Now, the snow that will fall tomorrow, mainly north of the Dells, that's where the accumulating snow will be in the 3 to 5 inch range. South of there, the amounts will drop off pretty quickly because we'll see that mix of rain and snow, or even rain for a time tomorrow afternoon, and only see the accumulating snow tomorrow night, when there could be a little bit of light ice accumulation as well. Probably just a couple 1/100ths of an inch of freezing rain, but that could lead to slippery road surfaces if it does develop. So alert day in the forecast for tomorrow for the snow north of the Dells and the mix of precipitation, possibly changing to some snow or freezing rain tomorrow night, and then the very cold conditions for Wednesday and Thursday, with nighttime low temperatures single digits above and below 0 and wind chills down to 15 below 0 in the morning. This morning, look for the fog to lift by mid-morning. Temperatures climbing to around 27 by lunchtime. This afternoon, variably cloudy skies with a high of 31. Maybe a few flurries west of Madison. You can kind of see that on Future Track. Maybe a couple of flurries out there. Otherwise, quiet for today, tonight, and then in tomorrow. You can see how the precipitation breaks out. Madison right at 32 by 11 a.m., but then we go above freezing, so we switch over to rain or a mix of rain, whereas to the north, mainly snow, and then again, that could mix with a little freezing rain before it ends late tomorrow night. The snowfall amounts, heaviest north of the Dells, lighter amounts south of there, where there could be a little bit of freezing rain mixed in. 7 to 10 day forecast. Notice those temperatures, very cold for the middle part of this week, but as we head toward the end of the week and into next week, those temperatures jump right back up into the 40s beginning on Saturday and probably running at least through the first half of next week. Here's your pet walk forecast for this morning. Mitch in Madison. I love animals that have human names. And Mitch looks very comfortable
name
right there.
is Mike. Do you think that's funny?
Well, my dog's name is Joe. So,
oh, really?
So 30 degrees for Mitch in Madison.
He's hunkering down.
Yeah, I think he'd rather stay in the bed.
I don't blame him. Thank you, Gary.
Sure.
Well, no snow this morning, but it could be a different story come later Monday morning. You can join us in the latest forecast on News 3 Now This Morning Monday. A reminder, that show starts at 4:30 a.m. But first, there are no bones about this. He might just be the friendliest politician in America. We'll introduce you to the candidate finally able to bring both sides of the aisle together right after this.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
The Culligan high-efficiency water softener is the world's best. It's backed by the industry's strongest warranty and serviced by the world's largest local dealer network. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
Searching for a way to help stop your cold sore? Only Abreva can get rid of it in as little as 2.5 days when used at the first sign. Abreva starts to work immediately to block the virus and protect healthy cells. Abreva acts on it so you can too.
New Colgate Optic White Renewal, with the most hydrogen peroxide in a whitening toothpaste, removes 10 years of yellow stains from your teeth. That's like all the way back to 2010.
Thick boots. YOLO, right?
Remove 10 years of yellow stains with new Colgate Optic White Renewal.
Trained to fix jets at the Aviation Institute of Maintenance.
If you want to work with your hands, it's a perfect place for you.
Ames is doing a great job of giving the basic system knowledge.
The job opportunity is there. The money is there.
We give you the groundwork, the cornerstones, if you will.
I'm very impressed with the AIM curriculum. The school's keeping pace with the demands of the industry.
The potential for growth is astounding.
Call 800-773-4174.
Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you?
Smile.
Woo, those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Bone chilling. Backbreaking. Breathtaking. Winter weather can be a lot of things. But it should never be a surprise. Watch News 3 now for an accurate forecast you can trust day in and day out. And when safety is an issue, you'll hear about it first and fast. First Warn Weather, always reliable so you can plan your life.
Finally this morning, if you want a candidate who knows how to fetch votes and sniff out corruption, look no further than a tiny town in Southern California.
I think fetch is the key word there. That's where Maria Villarreal met the friendliest politician in America.
As candidates await the final results in Iowa.
Yay, Max!
Mayor Max knows exactly where he stands with voters in Idlewild, California. Max is a golden retriever.
My favorite politician.
He's won 3 consecutive elections in this small, picturesque town.
If it's a black tie event, he has a bunch of black ties.
Phyllis Mueller, Max's chief of staff, runs and funds the mayor's office out of her house.
Oh my gosh, he's like immortalized.
Idlewild doesn't have a local government, so residents here elect a ceremonial mayor.
How did this even become a thing?
Our animal rescue group came up with the idea to have it be a fundraiser where you paid $1 a vote.
The only time that you can actually buy an election.
That's right.
Like most successful mayors, Max has a nose for politics.
Do you guys know why he has to wear a tie?
Because he's the mayor.
Oh, and the mayors have to wear ties?
Yeah.
Oh,
He loves you. He just
Uniting people with different political ties is Max's mission.
A lot of people say that they like the break from the divisiveness of politics, and they appreciate the lightheartedness of it.
No bones about it. Mireya Villarreal, CBS News, Idlewild, California.
Very cute.
We're both from the Chicago area, you know, where people joke about buying votes, but here you can do it right for your dog.
Yeah, and it's a little bit more wholesome.
That's right. Well, we've got some fog this morning. Some areas seeing near zero visibility, including Juneau and Dodge counties. So, again, it's spotty, but some places will see the thick fog. Temperatures right now are in the single digits north of Madison, mid-teens here, and then 20s toward the Illinois state line. Look for temperatures to climb to around 31 by late this afternoon. Tomorrow we'll look for some snow, changing to rain in the afternoon from Madison southward, north of Madison, mainly snow, and then maybe some mixed precipitation at night. So alert day for that, and also for Wednesday and Thursday for very cold temperatures above and below zero. But by next weekend, temperatures will be in the 40s.
Looking forward to that.
A little more spring-like.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.